Okay, hello guys. Kraversachi here with your latest BPL transfer news for this January transfer window. Now we can start off with Victor Lindelof, player of Benfica, 22 years old, and apparently this kid is very good at bringing the ball out, almost like John Stones. And first of all, they say this kid is going to Manchester United for about 38 million pounds. But at first I didn't believe this because, okay, Manchester United already have Marcus Rojo, we already have Phil Jones, we already have Eric Bailly, Chris Smalling, Daley Blind. That's 5 centre-backs. I can count first team centre-backs. And then you can go along to add Axel Tuanzebe in the under-23 squad. Even Timothy Fosu-Mensah can play this, so that's potentially 7 centre-backs we've got at the club. So that really makes it unrealistic. And the reason that it's January and Manchester United don't tend to make multi-millionaire 38 million, that size of a transfer. We don't do that size of a transfer in the January transfer window, especially since, come on, it's Jose Mourinho. We won't want to spend that much money. But it could be realistic from the point that Eric Bailly is going to the AFCON. Marcus Rojo can be a bit reckless. Daley Blind is small. Phil Jones gets injuries. There's all sorts of reasons why we might sign it. Another big reason that is a plus sign for signing him is that the president of Benfica himself arrived in Manchester. So just watch out for that transfer in the next few days. But as for me, I still don't think it's going to happen. Next up, we've got Memphis and Morgan Schneiderlin off to Everton. So Memphis Depay obviously hasn't had a great start at Manchester United. Hasn't set the world alight like he was expected to, and especially with Jose Mourinho, he hasn't really had a good. He just hasn't been good with Jose Mourinho, has it? So definitely, I think the Everton thing, for me personally, I think he's definitely going to Everton. There was something on Snapchat I saw of him and Romelu Lukaku. They're all friends, and I think he's definitely going to Everton. Especially with the sources that are coming out saying he's going for a permanent deal for Everton. I'd like to see him go on loan to Everton because he could be a special player one day. And for Morgan Schneiderlin, on the other hand, Jose Mourinho hasn't really played him as well. He's rather picked Fellaini under Herrera, Michael Carrick. So Morgan Schneiderlin might be on his way to Everton as well as Memphis Depay, which is a real shame from my part. And next up, we've got the Real Madrid attacking midfielder, Golden Boot winner for 2014 World Cup, James Rodriguez. I mean, this guy, he was just so amazing for Colombia. But it just really hasn't been happening for him at Los Blancos. It hasn't really been happening for him at Santiago Bernabeu. So I just think for him, he's just been on the bench for quite some time now. I mean, come on, like, I think he has to go now. In a recent interview, I saw that he was saying he was frustrated with not getting enough first team action, and he says he's got 7 days to decide where he's going. I know he's definitely got numerous offers from clubs around the world, so I don't think he's going to massive Manchester United-esque. I think Chelsea might be the team that is after him, but we'll see after that. And speaking on Chelsea, Oscar dos Santos, otherwise just known as Oscar, could be very well on his way to Chinese super club. I don't even know how to pronounce him, so I'm not even going to try. I'm just going to say he's going to China, okay? So Oscar is on his way to China. He should be there within the next week. He's already played his last game for Chelsea, and I think that's not a good move for him. I think it's about 60 million pounds that he's going to China for. For him, I don't think. Okay, so I pretty much think that Oscar's career it's over now. Like, come on, like, what's he gonna play in China? It's not really competitive football, is it? It's just for the money. Now let's move on to his former now Chelsea teammate, John Obi Mikel. The Nigerian hasn't really played any football for Chelsea this season. Antonio Conte is not really a fan favorite, you would say. They don't really like each other. They don't, So John Obi Mikel is reported to be leaving on a free transfer to go to Olympique de Marseille in France. 6 months before his contract expires. But who can blame him? He hasn't hit the ball since pre-season. So yeah. And Sassuolo striker Gregor Defrel could be on his way to West Ham or Liverpool, say the reports. But I think he's more likely to go to West Ham as they're in more need of a striker, because really Simon Zaza is not really doing any well, and he could be on his way back to Juventus from that loan deal. And Andy Carroll cannot always be reliable. And then on the other hand, Liverpool don't really need strikers. I mean, come on. Divock Origi is completely tearing it apart right now, and Daniel Sturridge could be creeping back up. Next, let's move on to another less likely transfer, which is the transfer of Julian Draxler to Arsenal. Just because he's German and Ozil is German and Mustafi is German doesn't mean Draxler is gonna suddenly go to Arsenal. Firstly, because it's the January transfer window and Wolfsburg just bought him to replace Kevin De Bruyne. Secondly, this is Arsene Wenger we're talking about. Arsene Wenger doesn't just splash cash just out of nowhere. It takes time. So this one is not even gonna happen for me. Even if it was a rumor in the summer, I still doubt it's gonna happen. Then Eric Dyer to go to Manchester City. Apparently, ever since Gundogan has been injured, Pep Guardiola is looking for a replacement in the form of Eric Dyer. I don't think this is gonna happen because, one, Pep Guardiola isn't a manager who likes midfielders who are tough and who tackle, who do all the dirty work. No, Pep Guardiola likes the passing football, likes attacking football, and Eric Dyer does not fit that. Secondly, Tottenham just don't sell players, so I don't think that deal is gonna happen. And then Nicolas Sule, the German, is he German? I think he's German. The German defender from Hoffenheim could be on his way to Bayern Munich as soon as the transfer window opens. I think this is very likely, as he snubbed Chelsea, Liverpool. He's very, very likely to be at the Allianz Arena, say mid-January already. So I think this deal is pretty much done. It's just about the player going there now. And lastly, another centre-back, Jeffrey Kondogbia, is wanted by Chelsea and Liverpool. Chelsea are 9 points clear at the top of the Premier League, and if they really want to win this Premier League, they need clean sheets. And who better to get clean sheets than this guy, Kondogbia? He's an absolute monster, and he would absolutely shore up their defense since John Terry is old now. I mean, who would be they've got Azpilicueta, David Luiz, and Gary Cahill as the three centre-backs there. I don't think there's... Okay, pause. Now you're gonna skip this one. I don't think those three centre backs are the best in the world, and Kondogbia could really add to that. And Liverpool really need another centre back. I mean, they are going forward. Liverpool, I think they're the best in the league for me going forward, but defensively, they're absolute shite. They're like horrible. So I think they need a defender like Kondogbia to sort of just step up and just shore up the defense. But again, it's the January transfer market. You can't really expect too much. So I don't think it's going to happen. We'll see about next season. It's been your big little man, Craig Versace. Check me next time. I'm out.